Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Taylor. You should definitely subscribe. Today we're going to be going over all the books I've read so far this year. My goal for the whole year was to read 24 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I read 15 books so far. I just dropped them. I had them all in order. Crap. Oh my god, this is a mess. This is every book I've read so far this year. So this is going from January to the end of June. So the first book that I ever read this year was The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. It wasn't like the most incredible book ever, but it was very entertaining. It was like baking show, like a Christmas baking show mixed with love story where the twins swap. That's basically what this book was. It was two of like my favorite concept tropes. It was two of my favorite things combined, and so I was very entertained the whole time. 5 stars. Next was The Midnight Library. I also gave this book 5 stars. It was a great way to get another perspective and like realize how many choices you have and how your life could change just based on one little choice or one big choice if you decide. Yeah, I thought it was very like eye-opening and made me think about life more and like what I'm using my time spent for. 5 stars on this one. Then we have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This is the first Colleen Hoover book I've ever read, and it was steamy. If you don't like spice, don't read this. I read this book in a day. It was amazing. Like the whole concept of this book was incredible, but also I read it in a day because you just like have to scan over that part. You don't have to read that part. I didn't like reading that part. So I just like skimmed over it really quick and got to like the story again rather than the spice. It's like a lot of spice in here, so be warned. But the whole concept of the book, and I can't say much else or I'll give it away. But if you haven't read Colleen Hoover, you need to. Her writing is very mature because of the spice, but it's a great book otherwise. Next we have The Dating Playbook by Farah Roshan. This book I also gave 5 stars. I think now I would give it 4 just because of the other books I've read and how it compares to them. It's more of like a 3.5 or 4 star, but it was a very cute love story and I do recommend reading it. It's between a trainer and a professional athlete, their little love story. Very cute. So that was January and February. Now we're into March. The Inheritance Games. I have no words. This is the best book I have ever read. Best book ever written. I want to live in their world. The brothers in this book are just such good characters. I think I've reviewed this in another book haul, so I'm not going to do like a full review like I have before. Everything in this book is absolute perfection, and it's like a mystery and a puzzle and a little love story, and it's so fun. It's such a good book. So I highly recommend this. This was obviously a 5 star. Next we have Reunion by Hannah Pittard. I don't know. I gave this book 3 stars. It was kind of depressing. There was just a lot of family problems happening. I honestly don't remember how it ended. Yeah, I literally don't remember how this ended. It wasn't a memorable book for me and I wasn't overly interested in it. So 3 stars. And then we have the second book to the Inheritance Games, The Hawthorne Legacy. This book was equivalent to the first. I can't say it was better. It definitely wasn't worse. They're just like the best books. I'm obsessed with these, and I pre-ordered the third one. I think it's called The Final Gambit. I ordered that on Amazon and it should be coming next month, and then I'm probably gonna make a whole video dedicated to these books because they are literally the best things ever. I don't know if I want to do like a whole day of just reading that book or if I want to savor it and spread it out a couple days. Haven't decided. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a whole video on these books, because I will definitely do it. Next we have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This book is so overhyped in my opinion. I gave it 3 stars. Everyone's like, oh my god, if you're getting into reading, this is the book you should read. Always 5 stars. And I don't understand that. I thought it was kind of boring. I'm looking at my Goodreads. I have a full review of it. Oh yeah, I think it goes back and forth between present tense. Yeah, it goes present tense and past tense, and I don't really like when books do that, because when it's something good happening in present tense, it skips to past tense and then the whole vibe is ruined, and I'm like, I wanted to see what happened. I don't want to read a whole nother chapter of past tense. That part kind of annoys me. One of the big things in this was the Croatia trip. It doesn't really explain very much about it, and it's like the whole problem in this book, so it annoyed the crap out of me that it didn't give like a full explanation, but it could keep going back in the past to other times that didn't really matter. Wasn't a fan. 3 stars. Next we have Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. I gave this a 3.5 stars simply because I assumed I would be reading young adult. Looking at the cover now, she does look older. She looks like an older lady. But I just didn't pay attention to that. I was like, oh my god, holiday? I want to read a Christmas book. Royal? Ooh, fun. Castle vibes. Not quite. But it was good. It was a good book, just completely not what I was expecting. The main character is like a 50-year-old woman, and she's on a trip with her daughter. So she does fall in love. She finds a mister in the royal area. 3.5 stars. The Royal Holiday was the first book I read in May. May was a very good reading month for me. I read 5 books, and all the other months I read 2. So May was very good. So that began May. This was my next book, Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover is such a good writer. Like this, if you haven't heard about it, that's unfortunate. But basically this mom, she's locked away in jail for a reason, and she wants to reunite with her daughter when she gets out, but the family her daughter's with doesn't want her seeing her mom, obviously, because she was just in jail for 5 years. So it's the story of this mom trying to reunite with her daughter, but there's some conflicts, there's some love interest that creates even more conflicts, and it's just a whole book of incredibleness. It's so good. Highly recommend. 5 stars. Then we have The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. This was another 5-star read. It's the most perfect summer vibes you could ever hope and ask for, and yeah, I wish I could read this again. I read it so fast, and it's like a pretty thick book, but the summer vibes are perfection. There's a big family wedding going on, so every family person that's there, they play a big water gun game called Assassin, so they have to like spray each other and get each other out. Over the whole time that they're there, this main character finds a love interest, and they do the whole adventure together, and it's the cutest thing ever. 5 stars. Also in May, I read a self-help book, but this is just fiction, so I'm not going to count that in this. Then I read Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey. I gave this book 3 stars. Oh my god, found a bookmark. I gave this book 3 stars. I thought it was very predictable, and like not much really happened in the book, which was unfortunate. Like, it's a lot of pages for not much to happen, and for what did happen, you already knew what was gonna happen from the first like 20 pages. So, not my favorite. But I did like that the main character was aware if she was like acting dumb, if she was being stupid, like stuff like that. She knew that she was being like it, which I appreciated, because some of the time it's like the main character's stupid and so dramatic and they think they're right even though they're not. This, if she was dramatic, she knew she was dramatic. 3 stars on this. Then we have One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. This book was not what I was expecting at all. Tara Michelle, the YouTuber, recommended it in one of her videos or Instagram, something like that. So I read it. One, now I'm obsessed with Italy, but also I thought this was gonna be a cute little love story on an Italian island, and it wasn't. Like, it almost was. And then, plot twist, there's some magic or something in this book. It's like magical, and it's kind of interesting and weird. But I did like it. I gave it 3 stars mainly because I did not think this is what I was going to end up reading. Like, I thought it was going to be a cute love story in Italy. And and it wasn't. So 3 stars. Probably like 4 stars if I went into it knowing there was going to be some magic happening, but I didn't. Next we have Sunkissed by Casey West. I gave this book 4 stars because it's also like the Summer of Broken Rules. It's a very good summer vibe, but it's not as good as the Summer of Broken Rules. The main guy character in this was kind of annoying. It was like sort of like slow burn with some like forbidden love going on, but it was still very good. I still recommend reading it. And then the last book that I just finished reading, The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, the first book. I think this is overhyped. Don't come for me. I know it's supposed to be amazing. Everyone loves it. I didn't even want to read it to begin with, but then I found out it was coming out like as a show, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll read it now, because like I want to watch the show, I have to read it first. So I started reading it, and I don't like that it goes back and forth between past and present. That part annoys me. It does build on the story, but it's just too much sometimes. Like sometimes I just want to read what's happening currently. And then Conrad, come on bro, why? He's such like a moody teen boy, and it's annoying. Jeremiah, sweetest, but I don't know if I'm on Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah. Like I literally have no idea, so maybe in the next 2 books I'll find that out. Comment down below if you are Team Conrad or Jeremiah. Do not say Team Cameron. That's absurd. He was the most bland character. Sorry. I gave this book 3 stars. Whoops. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't come for me about my opinions, especially on The Summer I Turned Pretty. I know. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment any other books you think I should read for the next half of the year. I already have a whole stack, but I'm starting to read faster. I'm planning on making July like a 6th book read, so we'll see. Make sure you subscribe, turn on bell notifications to get notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!